Hi everyone, it's Leslie here at Hammer and Stain North Shore. Thanks so much for picking up one of our Hammer at Home wood project kits. We're excited to see your creations that you make at home. So in your kit, you've got a direction list. So if you're following it, then you are in step number 1, and that was to come and watch this video here. I'm gonna walk you through really quickly the directions as well as everything that's in your kit so you know exactly what to do. So to start off, you had already chosen your project size. So these are the mini 6x6 wood sizes, but we have many options for those. Plus, you also decided ahead of time which stencils you wanted to paint onto your project. So you'll have received your wood blocks or round wood signs and all of your stencils. You'll also have received a sanding block. So if you want to, you could actually cut this in half, or you can leave it as one. So people are gonna share, and you're gonna just lightly sand around your wood projects and make sure that all the little rough edges are nice and smooth, and you'll wanna do the top and the bottom as well. Once it's sanded, you can wipe it off and you're gonna get to staining. So you chose your stain color ahead of time. It's gonna be marked in the larger container. And you're gonna wanna use an orange sponge to spread on your stain. So you're gonna dip the sponge into your stain and you're gonna go with the grain of the wood and kind of paint it on. Now if you get stain or paint on your hands, no problem, it washes off with warm water and some soap. I've also included a few of the gloves in there if you want to protect your delicate hands. But you're going to use the stain and stain it with the, or drag it with the grain of the wood and let it sit and dry. You can do 2 coats if you want, or you can leave it as 1 coat. You can also do the back if you would like to, but make sure you definitely do the fronts and the sides. So once your stain is completely dry, it could take a few minutes, and you'll know it's dry by pressing on it and making sure that no stain comes up. You can also get a hairdryer and speed up the process if you would like. You're gonna take your sanding block again, and you're just gonna sand with the grain of the wood your top part of your project. So where you're gonna put your stencil sticker, you want to give it a little good my goodness, this is live. You're gonna wanna sand it again, sorry. You're gonna wanna make sure it's nice and smooth. It really shouldn't take the stain color off. Once that is nice and smooth, it's time to put on your stencil. So to put on your stencil, you've got a front side and you've got a back side. The back side is this grid part. You're gonna wanna lay it down with the blue face down and the grid showing up. And you're gonna wanna start peeling the grid part from the blue, just like this. You can place it down and start peeling from one corner to the end. You wanna do this slowly because if any blue like that starts to peel up, you wanna press it back down and keep going. You don't want any blue to show on this white part that you're peeling up. Once that's completely peeled off, you're gonna flip it over and you're gonna place it on your project. Now, once you place it there and you press down, it is going to be there. You're really not gonna be able to lift it up, so make sure it's nice and straight. And then you're gonna really press it down. You can use a ruler if you want to, but you can use your hands as well. So once you get it stuck on, which would look like this, you're then gonna peel off this top tape layer from one corner all the way down to the other corner. And it's the same thing. You wanna make sure that no blue stencil comes up from the tape. Once it's completely off, it's going to look like this on your project. And now you're ready to paint within the lines. So you're gonna take one of these white sponges, and you're gonna dip it into the paint color you want. You don't need a lot of paint on the bottom of this sponge. You can actually dab it off to the side because you want a really light coat, and you're gonna start dabbing where you want that paint to go. Do not drag it, and do not add a lot of paint, gloppy paint. You want it to be a really light coat because you can always go over it a second time once the first coat dries. So you're gonna dab away, you maybe choose another color to do the words, and you can use a different sponge for that, or you can rinse it off and just dry it quickly. And once all your paint is exactly how you want it, you want to let it dry for a few minutes before you peel off your stencil. So this is what it would look like. Then you'd have paint all around here. Make sure that you've got the paint everywhere you want it to be. And then you're going to peel off your stencil, just like that. And if this was finished, it would reveal your beautiful project. If you notice any bleeding of the paint, you can use a really tiny brush, which I've included in this kit, to touch up with paint or stain, but then you're done and it's gonna look great. So hope you have a lot of fun. If you take any pictures and post them on Facebook or Instagram, please make sure to tag us at Hammer and Stain North Shore and share with us. And if you have any questions at all, please reach out to us via email, and make sure you follow your instruction list. Thanks so much and have so much fun crafting at home. Bye.